Andrew or Devin, can you let me know if you can hear me still?
We can hear you.
All right, cool.
I can hear you.
All right. Let's say thanks everyone for joining us tonight. We are having an Idea Fling today. This is a rapid pitch event with some mentor feedback and some networking with the community. We are doing this as one of the events for Startup Week. And Mike Thaney here, I'm a Startup Grind chapter director for the Rochester chapter, and have the pleasure to partner here with Nextcorps as one of the events for the week. Been great. I was able to attend the session in the morning. Hopefully I could catch up on the one that was during lunch. And we have 10 people coming to present their ideas today. Most are early stage. Some have some products, some have some experience in market. We're looking forward for a great event. I'm just gonna go over a quick agenda and talk about how the day is gonna flow. So we're gonna meet our mentors in a second. And we're also gonna go through what we call these rapid pitches. The people that have brought their ideas today, our founders or future founders, they're gonna have up to 2 minutes to present their idea. And then we're gonna have a 3-minute session for the mentors to provide some Q&A. And I'll personally also be looking at the chat channel. So folks that are just in view only mode, that are supporting some of the founders, or their colleagues are here, or just interested in maybe becoming a founder, feel free to post your questions. We'll get through as many as we can, and then if there's time at the end, we could do a little bit more of a wider a round robin type of networking for any of those questions or feedback that doesn't come through. So real quick, I'm gonna go over and just give the mentors a chance to present themselves. We have Andrew and Devin from Nextcorps with us. I'm gonna flip off this presentation and hopefully you guys can see them. Hit stop sharing. Devin, Andrew, if you could give a quick intro, that'd be great.
So my name is Devin Sandin. I'm the operations manager for Venture for Climate Tech, an early stage climate tech accelerator program based in Rochester, New York.
And I'm also in Nextcorps. My name is Andrew Simon, and I'm the operations director for Illuminate, which is an optics, photonics, and imaging accelerator where we take teams worldwide. We bring them to Rochester. We help them scale over 6 months.
That's really cool stuff. We're going to get our first presenter set up here. This is Charmaine. Charmaine, I'm going to enable your controls here. All right. Charmaine, we can see your slides. Not able to hear or see you though.
Okay.
There we go. Audio's coming through.
There we go.
Now we have video.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Charmaine Hughes, and my company develops cost-effective technologies that remove the barriers that individuals face during the physical rehabilitation process. Now, it's really necessary to recover motor function via physical rehabilitation. However, conventional therapy is a time and labor-intensive process that is plagued by low patient compliance, engagement, and satisfaction. My team and I have worked together with engineers and medical experts to develop a tennis system that enhances the rehabilitation of motor impairments via its unique combination of a customizable mobile application that allows patients and clinicians to access, record, and analyze rehabilitation data anywhere and anytime, and an intelligent sensor that records body movements and derives metrics that are meaningful to both clinicians and patients. The integration of mobile and wearable technology easily differentiate the tennis system from current solutions. For clinicians, it provides them with greater freedom and flexibility to deliver services, and it allows them to expand their geographical reach. For patients, the tennis system leads to savings in travel costs, improved patient physical functioning and quality of life, and greater autonomy over their rehabilitation plan. The biggest accomplishments achieved by Tenor to date are related to the scientific innovations. we have validated the first sensor prototype, demonstrating that it is as accurate as a $80,000 commercial motion capture system and is sensitive to differences in impairment levels in individuals with acquired brain injuries. We've also applied for a provisional patent with the intent to apply for a utility patent within the next 4 months. We're looking forward to working with you in accelerating Tennor's growth to become a dominant player in the booming global telerehabilitation industry. Thanks for listening.
Oh, that was awesome. I'm going to add Andrew and Devin back. Andrew and looks like we're getting Devin. There we go. All right. Devin, I can see you on here, but not on the presentation mode. Devin, are you still with us? As we're doing this, Charmaine, do you have any specific areas you're looking for feedback on?
Just kind of the next steps in trying to get this to market, I guess. Reaching out to folks at what stage should I be doing, reaching out to potential customers before we have a fully fleshed out MVP. We're still in the manufacturing stage. We switched from China to Singapore, so it's kind of slowed us down there, looking for insights into kind of when do you do what, so to speak.
All right. Any feedback, Andrew?
Sure, yeah. First of all, congratulations. You seem to have done a heck of a job so far, and you're on the right trajectory for sure. I'll get to the question about when to speak to customers in a second, but I'd like to get a little more background information. Like, how long have you guys been at this, and like, how big is your team?
Yeah. So my full-time job is actually as a professor. So we started this back in about 2016, and actually getting a wearable device to collect quantitative information is quite the challenge, but we've really accelerated in the past 2 years. We did have a setback because of COVID-19, we went with a Chinese manufacturer and spent probably about 4 months trying to figure out what the problems were. From our first prototype to what we were hoping was our MVP, but the quality was quite low, and that's why we've decided to switch to Singapore to hope that the manufacturing is going to be more consistent and excellent than what we'd expect in China. We have a team. Our full-time team is basically myself as the CEO and a computer programmer, and we also have 5 part-time staff who are responsible for making the content of the health educational resources, the rehabilitation exercises, and things of that nature.
Okay, great. I'll try to answer your question first, and then ask some more if I can. In terms of when to speak to customers, I don't know if there is a right answer, but I would always suggest speak to them sooner than later, because they might have insight, or they will have insight as to what you should be building for your prototype, MVP, first product, whatever stage you're at. So the more involved you can have a customer, the more you're going to build it, hopefully not just for that customer, hopefully it's a bigger problem, but you'll make sure you're building the right thing and have a business relationship sooner than later, because it takes time to develop all of these things.
Great, thank you. Yeah.
And I guess, I don't know if Devin's on, but I'll ask some more questions. Like, how have you guys funded yourself so far? Primarily
through my paycheck as a professor. I don't take any personal funds. I believe that my employees should come first. So through my personal funds, and we've also got 26,000 in angel investment. We're currently seeking other investments opportunities as well.
And then who's already in the space right now? Like, who would be your competitors?
I would say the competitors you'd be looking at are companies that build rehabilitation robotic systems. So they are also primed for in-clinic rehabilitation, but nothing in the home that also uses a sensor that can provide the information about the quality of movements. There are a couple of groups that have sensors, but all they can do is measure range of motion of a joint. They don't measure things like the smoothness of the movement, the speed, etc.
Great.
Awesome. Devin, I know we had a little hiccup there. Was there any questions you had? Just feedback.
I missed a section of it, so I probably shouldn't comment because it would have already been answered.
All right. Well, thank you, Charmaine.
No problem. Thank you for your feedback and listening.
We're going to get Michael set up next. And Andrew, Devin, I'll leave you up here. I would just say if you want to either shut off your mic or your video while they're presenting, we could save some time when it comes to the feedback. Michael, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
There we go. There we go. Yep. We look all set. I'm going to turn on your timer now.
All right, let's go. Yeah, so I'm Mike Benetti. I'm a former paramedic, almost 20 years in commercial EMS, and my problem is that the cervical collar that is currently being used is not providing actual and honest cervical stabilization. And so for the last 4 years, roughly, I've been working with a variety of different groups to come up with a new concept, new idea. So currently, this is what anybody, if you're familiar with, we'll pick on Laird. I'll use it this way so we're not showing you everything. But this is what's in the market right now. It doesn't really serve the purpose. It's a bowling ball on a platform. So the concept was to use that in conjunction with a long board or spine board to provide true spinal mobilization for the cervical spine. With protocols changing, the medical field always changing, that's no longer the case. So what we've done is come up with a new concept that truly stabilizes the cervical spine from the forehead region down to the armpit or nipple line. And we've got the ability to move forward with the market. So we're still looking for investors. We're looking for people to help with bringing this to product. I do not have a yet what we call a BZ design as far as initial discussions. Haven't taken the next step yet, but we're very close to doing that. So in a nutshell, the problem is inoperable cervical spine stabilization, and we've got a new capability to do that. So looking for feedback, looking for investors, looking for the proper channels to bring it to market, because it's a big deal, big project.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael.
Devin, well, I'll let you go first this time.
Thank you. So Michael, great overview, loved it. Can you give us a bit of background on what you've done in terms of talking to doctors and the people who are making the decisions on this and what they're looking for in a new product to replace the outdated technology?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, protocols change. And so while I was still active in the field, we experienced a variety of changes for hands-on things. So I personally experienced the putting on the collar and then experiencing, hey, this isn't actually doing what it's supposed to do. And then also one of the studies we did, I took this to the ROC, one of the senior design projects for the biomedical engineering team. So we went through all that, received some really good feedback and studies on that. So got some good input from that perspective.
Is it considered a medical device? Do you need FDA approval, or what's your process to actually get it to market?
Yeah, more than likely it will. It's an external device, so that takes away from some of the, say, medication things or stringent things to get through. But yes, there will likely be some FDA hoops to jump through.
So in terms of that, I know you had said that you haven't yet finished a prototype, but you're currently working on it. Is the plan to finish that prototype, get it some customer feedback, then try to get some investment, and then do the FDA approvals, or what's sort of the path forward for you?
Yeah, so it's kind of a both and. So we've done some actual build outs with some plastics, but it's not really it's something that's marketable. So we've met with a couple different companies out in Orleans or Wayne County and some other areas trying to talk about plastic build and what can we do as far as manufacturing. But yeah, so to answer your question, the idea is both funding now, I think. We have the capability to do it, but I think we want to bring some people into the fold.
What is will cost be an issue, I guess? Like, I don't know what a regular current collar costs. Do you know how yours will compare with that? If it's gonna, how it will?
There'll be a slight increase to cost based on the complexity of the current iteration being it's a one Velcro piece, very simple, right? So there's a little more. It'll serve its purpose as fully stabilizing the cervical spine.
Okay, that definitely makes sense. Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, guys. We're going to get Dana set up next. And we did have a comment in the chat. Yeah, I think the founders, the presenters, the mentors, if you have any thoughts or feedback, I think that would be something that'd be great to share. And we can have that as far as the recording as well, so the founders could see it after the fact. Dana, we're hopefully getting you set up now.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we got you up here now.
Okay, sorry. My video's been giving me a little bit of trouble.
That's all right.
I think we're good now, though.
All right, cool. I'm going to start your timer.
Okay, great. So my name is Dana, and my company, Empower Workspace, provides a collaborative co-working community for female entrepreneurs and corporate professionals who are unable to work efficiently in their current work environment. And we do this by providing them with a space that gives them what they need to be more focused on their career while being part of a community where they can learn from other professional women, grow, and attract new business so that they can confidently pursue their goals. The co-working industry is rapidly growing with an anticipated growth rate of 21.3% from 2021 onward. And there are more women-owned businesses today and more people working remotely. The number of professionals working from co-working spaces is now expected to increase over 150% from now until 2024, amounting to roughly 5 million people. And as of this year, there are 56% of working professionals expected to work remotely at least part-time and 29% full-time. Of course, those numbers are unknown given the current state of the world and this global pandemic that we're living in. But our shared workspace will provide all the furnishings and technology needed to operate in business. This includes private offices, flex space, and open seating. There will be private conference rooms of various sizes. phoning rooms, a podcast and social media studio, and open space designed for group interaction such as networking events, social gatherings, trade shows, and classes of various types. Our large community kitchen will also have all the amenities to make our members feel comfortable, and our community will be dedicated to helping women achieve the growth that they need and inspire them to take action to get the growth that they desire. So I'm looking for feedback, investors, and any suggestions to help move forward.
Good timing.
Great. First of all, great presentation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to say that this would almost be like a WeWork for women? Or
Very similar. Yep.
Okay.
Very similar.
And I guess my question for you would be, I think that might have some legs, so to speak, but how would you market? How are you going to attract to get to your customer, basically, which is the female founder?
Well, right now, what I have been doing, this idea actually, everything started pre-COVID. So when I put the brakes on things, knowing that opening a physical location was not the best idea at that time, I actually started to build a digital community, an online community. So I have been marketing to women entrepreneurs online using Facebook and private groups, and hosting these events and providing, community gatherings, networking, educational opportunities to them, and using that group to do market research as well to find out what they're looking for and commitment in a membership moving forward once this physical space opens.
So look at the model. Obviously, there's the desks people can get, and you can have various business models in terms of whether people just drop in for a desk or if they get an office there or what have you. But how much are you planning to have the community sort of propagated by creative coalitions amongst its members, and how much are you going to try to run events and other things to get people to interact with each other and help each other and do like mentorship and other internal programming?
Yeah, we would like to be able to offer these events, several events weekly. Various types of events, whether it be networking, educational seminars and workshops, anything that the member wants to offer to the community. So through many events during the week, we'll have private office space, but a large enough space where we can still host these events without it impacting those that are working during the day or evening.
You mentioned you have an online community, which I think is a great idea to start with. How's the traction been with that so far? And is it in more than one city, or is it very localized?
I've really marketed it locally. We have had people join from around New York mostly. I don't think that we have anybody outside of New York at this point. So our community group has grown to about 120 members. In October, we launched the more elite level membership, where it's a paid monthly membership, and those members get access to, separate events. And we have 20 members now that are part of that community.
That's great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
The membership, are you seeing those members being fairly actively engaged? Observationally, you need a bit of a critical mass to make these things work. So making sure that people are staying involved and that the glue sticking is important.
Yeah, I would say the ones that are part of the paid membership are certainly more engaged. I have invested in it, and they are definitely taking part in the events. I would say the free membership, the free community, we maybe have about 25 to 30% of active engagement.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you, Dana. We're going to add Hugh up next. Just in case Hugh is having some technical difficulty, I'm also going to queue up Victoria and Dominic. you let us know. Send me a chat if you're here, if you have any trouble.
Yeah, I'm here. If Victoria has the slides.
Hugh, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I don't know what's wrong with the video, but maybe you're better off not seeing me. I don't know. I can just, if you just put up that slide, I can just talk.
All right. Folks, I am going to share a slide for Hugh, and we'll go from there.
Oh, there I am. Now you better.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm loading the image you sent. How's that coming through, Hugh?
Okay.
We see it?
Okay, I'm ready if you are.
Yep, I'm gonna flip on the timer and it's all yours.
I don't see any numbers.
Oh, that's all right.
I don't see the timer.
Go ahead, Hugh.
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to take 2 minutes. You want me to just go?
Go ahead. Yeah,
All right.
that'd be great.
All right, we're the first with a unisex 20,000 mm waterproof rain jacket with snap-on sleeves at a price of $99. It's the best performance to price ratio in the industry. As reference, Gore-Tex is 28,000 mm, so we're pretty close on performance, but a much lower cost. The multi-use umbrella is ideal for hunting, fishing, camping, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor activities. It's packable at 7 by 5 by 6 inches, and it's easy to store in a kayak, boat, car, or other small spaces. The umbrella integrates the best features of a poncho and a rain jacket into a high-quality, hybrid patented rain on sleeves. From the rain jacket, we took the features of being a high waterproof performance in the sleeves. From the poncho, we took the head-to-waist protection, non-restrictive freedom of motion, unisex one-size-fits-most, and affordability. Umbrella results in head-to-waist weather protection, 20,000 mm waterproof performance, non-restrictive upper body that gives total freedom of motion, a patented retractable hood, cross ventilation, all at an affordable at the same golf swing or casting motion with the umbrella on or off. We have a utility patent on the retractable hood and a permanent connection point, making it a sleeveless garment like a poncho. In summary, we sell unisex protection, performance, and mobility, which results in more time in the rain for you. And we're looking for investors.
Perfect timing. I'm gonna get our screen share off. Back in there. We got Andrew and Devin back. Go ahead, guys. I'll set the timer for 3 minutes.
In terms of how you're going to go to market, well, let me back it up. What stage is it at? Is it at production stage or is it prototype?
No, we have products developed. We're just trying to get it to market. I tried to get it into the hunting and fishing space, and every manufacturer's rep group had a waterproof line, so they wouldn't take it on. And then COVID hit last year, and retail just stopped buying. So I really want to focus on B2C, and we need to get it to the direct channel. I need to really redo my website, and I need to do social media marketing. I tried to do that a couple of years ago, but my customer acquisition cost was like $35, $99. Now I'm selling at $79. So that I have to really be careful as to how I'm going to spend those marketing dollars, and I don't have the answer on how to get it to market through social channels. So clearly I'm not 23 anymore, and so when I started selling, it was you walk in with a 4-color brochure and get your spiel going. Well, that's not the way it is now. So I need help from a digital marketing standpoint, and we're looking for investors. We have a great utility patent, and we're the only ones that can have a retractable hood in apparel, and that's pretty valuable.
So can you help me get a better understanding of sort of the genesis of this idea? Like, I'm getting that it's primarily for like hunting, golfing, fishing, that application space. Is that correct, or is that where the idea came from, or?
It's an outdoor product. I got the idea playing golf. I used to be a good golfer, and I have a very expensive rain jacket I had on, and after 4 holes, I'm soaked, and I'm soaked because my neck is exposed. So I took a poncho, cut it off. Outdoor people don't want anything below the waist because it gets in the way of their legs. Put some snaps on it, some Velcro on the hood, made some other adjustments, and got a utility patent.
Okay.
It's for people who work and play outdoors. So, you know, if you're working for government, I mean, we just, you know, are trying to sell the DHS. We made a presentation to them last month, but it takes forever with government, as you know.
Right. Have you done any like online focus groups with customers to talk about what it is that's attractive about it, or how you can market it more effectively to fit what they're looking for?
I haven't. Where would I start to do that?
So there's a number of ways you can do it. You said you have some sales already, so you do have some customers, I assume. Given that you could talk to them, or you can look at outdoors groups, like there's a lot of groups online. Sorry, I'm running out of time and I probably should be quiet, but.
But I think you're going down the right path there, and I think this would be, you know, great. You know, if you guys want to connect or continue the chat, and if there's time at the end, we can bring this back, because I think even Nextcorps probably is a good place to go for some of that help and some of that resource.
Definitely.
With that being said, I will be setting up Victoria and Dominic next.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, you. And I can't wait to see when I was at a Bills tailgate.
Hey there.
All right. Looks like we got you guys up.
Awesome.
All right. The mic is yours.
Amazing. Hi, everyone. So has anyone ever been to a college town area or
the slides?
you can't see them? No? Okay. Michael, what would be a good way for me to share the slides if the current way is not working?
You are sharing your screen but not seeing anything?
Okay, let me
Is that correct?
So it looks like, Dom, can you see it?
I can't see anything. I don't know if I'm
You can't
supposed
see
to see anything.
Okay.
It does not look to us like you are sharing anything.
Okay, let me
Try maybe unsharing and resharing again.
Yeah. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now? No.
Dominic, do you also have the slides, or would you be able to try sharing?
I can
Give me yours.
share my Chrome slide too. Is this better?
There we go.
Can see it.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah. Street finds?
Yes.
Yep.
Amazing.
All right.
I'm glad this worked out. Perfect.
Start the back up. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you. So has anyone ever walked through College Town or through downtown New York or Boston or Chicago, or even Rochester during move-out season and has seen an abundance of abandoned furniture on the side of the street? Well, if you have, and you want to do something, this is the app for you. So my name is Victoria, and Dominic and I are building Street Finds. Street Finds provides a unifying platform for the decentralized exchange of unwanted furniture. We provide an easy-to-use map-integrated app that allows you to take photos and find furniture in the community around you and in your location, as well as share furniture on this app. So some of our key users are young professionals in high turnover areas who are not looking to spend a lot of money on either moving their furniture or acquiring new furniture, college students in College Town, hobbyists who want to refurnish furniture, individuals looking for low maintenance ways to get rid of furniture, as well as people who are just looking to live a more sustainable life. And some of the case studies that have either popped up during the last year of COVID, in the last kind of season of people moving out of big cities during the pandemic, are pages like Stooping New York City and other Facebook and Instagram groups, to the point where New York Times has published a couple articles about them, calling this the golden age of free stuff. So with that being said, we're really excited for any feedback that you have for us. We are currently in the building process. And if you have any questions about the building process, you can ask me and Dominic. So we'd love any of your feedback.
Awesome.
And I'll just leave it here on our page of our product for now. I wanted to sort of touch on some points that we wanted maybe more particular feedback on. Mainly on 3 prongs of monetization, engagement, and acquiring users. It's kind of difficult to monetize something that has a lot of free stuff on it. And so we've thought of a few ways we could go about that, but we're curious to hear anybody else's thoughts. Also engagement. We're cautious of gamifying the system because we feel like that might lead users to post, illicit images or images that are not in line with our platform. And so we want to gamify it, but until we have some computer vision set up to check the images, we can't really do that yet. Also, just generally acquiring users. There are these online groups that we can partner with, but we're concerned that might be expensive to partner with. We might be giving up too much equity to do something like that. And so just curious to get some feedback on those points.
So this isn't directly responsive, but I'm just asking quick clarification. The use case, I'm a young professional walking down the street. I see something about the side of the road. Do I take a picture of it and tag it, or is this more intended for the person who's getting rid of the furniture, or both?
Both. So ideally, the way we're building it out right now, it'll be very easy for you to, just snap a photo. It'll grab your location. You'll just select the quality, select what item it was. Very easy and posted. This should take, under 30 seconds or so. So both for people who are trying to get rid of the stuff, as well as for people who just walk around and see photos on the side of the road. What you see in the Instagram pages is literally people taking images and DMing it to the Instagram page and then posting it. So
okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm a user who's trying to find furniture, though, is there a search algorithm where I can say I need a couch, and then it'll say these are all the couches within X distance of you, or you can put in distance parameters, or?
Yeah, so you'll be able to, it automatically ties into the native location capabilities, and you'll be able to search within a radius of, we think, 30 miles is convenient. And you'll be able to filter on the type of object, whether it's couch, art, dressers, whatever it's made of. Let's say you want a bunch of wood, you can filter on wood objects, color, distance, obviously, and then the user's subjective quality rating.
Okay. And once something's taken, would the user who takes it hopefully check it off and say this is no longer here, or?
So that's an interesting problem because, there would be an incentive for individuals who want a newly posted item to just claim it without being there to claim it.
Right.
So we were thinking of having, conditional on the city in which the location lies in, there would be a timer. And so we would assume that maybe, let's say in New York, within 12 hours, the item will be gone. and it'll automatically just, go away. Within, other bigger, more widespread cities, of let's say Dallas, we'd extend that timer to something like, 48 hours or something like that, just to ensure people don't go find stuff that's no longer there.
Right. And if your stuff gets automatically removed, but it's not actually gone yet, you could just repost, I suppose.
Yeah.
Although
That's
that
correct.
can also feed into the issues with the gamification. If someone posts it, it gets listed down, or they remove it themselves and then relist iteratively to try to get score points or whatever the system is.
Yeah.
Quick question: how will you differentiate between Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, Craigslist? Because those you're competing with for the same customer, basically.
So first of all, most of those are not map integrated. They're very difficult to use. As someone who's try to use all of those to find furniture and to sell furniture, it's just a lot of hassle. It's not a very easy to use platform, unfortunately, and it's harder to search by like a map location, and uploading photos also, then you have to message people and all this kind of stuff. So definitely the goal is to make this a lot easier to use.
Good, great.
Thank
The
you.
feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Next up, we have Josh Krager. Josh, let me add you. Hey, great job, Victoria and Dominic. All right, Josh, look at this. All right. I'm going to set your timer, Josh. Here you go.
All right. So I am pitching on RealEstitch, which is a photo stitching app for the real estate market. RealEstitch takes a realtor's photos and arranges and stitches them together to create a virtual walkthrough of a home or apartment. My wife and I have been house hunting for a while, and home photos are not always as consistently uploaded so that you have an idea of what the floor plan looks like. I'll show you real quick, just from doing some quick searches. This is a house that is on the market. This house is a lovely house. It's nice. As you're going through, you see some kitchen photos. You're in the living room. It's nice. It looks like we're transitioning now down into the basement, into like a family room. There's a nice bar here. Ooh, it's a wet bar. There's even a sink in there. This is fantastic stuff that you want to know. But then after we go up into the bedroom, now we're jumping down into the garage, it looks like. And the transition is kind of hard. Now we're in the utility room. From there, you to what it looks like maybe that's a half bath. And then this is a different bathroom. It's a different floor. So you kind of lose perspective of where you are in the layout of this house. Now, all of a sudden, we're in the laundry room. So something that can give you a more cohesive experience as you're looking through the pictures and figuring out where you are. There are systems in place that use high-end DSLRs that can give you a really great experience. This house, for example, gives you a more cohesive look through the photographs. But the important part here is that as you scroll through, they still get into the same thing of jumping around a little bit. But at the end, you can actually do a 3D home tour. And this is using a very specialized, expensive software to stitch all these together. We have the technology to be able to do this on a much easier scale and able to give you basically an easier representation of this compared to what is out on the market. So what we're looking to do is build this out and be able to help customers find a home better.
Nice presentation. Who is your customer? Is it going to be the Keller Williams, or is it the Keller Williams agent, or Zillow, or Realtor.com?
So I see the customer, the home buyer, as the end user of the product. But this is something that Keller Williams could put together, or Howard Hanna could use as a hosting service, allowing their customers to piece it together. or a real estate agent could do it. I've noticed just from knowing real estate agents that a lot of them are not technically savvy. So trying to introduce another technology to them is going to be a steep learning curve, where I think a lot of home buyers can sit at home and kind of puzzle piece these pictures in together. You have clues about how the house is constructed, being able to see through a doorway of the kitchen. Oh, that's the dining room there, and you can plop these down and label them, and that's how you would construct it around.
And one follow-up is, like, I'm actually looking for houses right now, so I can appreciate the situation.
So you understand the pain.
I do, but I've also seen where they have like 3D tours and some sort of solution already in place. So how do you differentiate and how do you improve upon that experience?
Yeah, so well, that's the two examples that I'm showing there. They were at similar price points. The first home didn't have a 3D walkthrough. They hadn't used any special software to stitch that together. The second one was a Matterport home that somebody had gone in with a Matterport system, which is a great system to use, but it uses a DSLR. So you've got at least a $400 investment, if not a couple $1,000, that the realtor has to do, either getting a third party in or learning themselves to go through and step through the whole thing. Just looking at the homes that we have now, like if you look in my background, you can see where the edge of a room is. So you could stitch those photos together a lot easier and a lot more basic than having to go through an expensive hardware lift.
Yeah, so I guess my other comment is, like, from the real estate agent's perspective, it's supposed to be ease of use for this, right? Because you take a couple of pictures rather than having to deal with 3D camera and trying to figure out how all of that works. So do they just like order the pictures that it stitches together, or how much input do they need to put versus how much is it automated?
It's how much they want to put into it. If a realtor doesn't care enough about it, and judging by some of the homes I've seen pictures of, a lot of realtors don't care what pictures look like, right? They're just going to snap the rooms that they have to, post it up on a Zillow or Trillo and Trulia, and go from there. Where if me as a customer was able to access the software and I could put those together myself and build my own 3D, then that's a different experience.
Right. So have you talked to real estate agents about what would make this most valuable to them, or how you could tailor this to their interests, or who do you see your ultimate customer as being?
Well, I see my ultimate customer being Zillow wanting to buy my idea and take it from there. So, but if it's something that is hosted adjacent to Zillow that you would download, because Zillow is just scraping from Howard Hanna and similar services like that, similar real estate companies. So it might be something that sits in the middle between those and going from there. I've got the ability to get in with Hunt Real Estate out of Buffalo, and with the owners there to pitch this to them to see if this is something that they're interested in.
Okay, great. Thank you, Josh.
Awesome. We've got one more, so we're going to try to push this one through. Aaliyah, I'm going to turn your camera on. Great job, Josh. Welcome to the software world. All right, I see you, Aaliyah.
All right, hanging out in the wrong place.
I'm going to kick your timer off now.
All right, hi, my name is Aaliyah Kitwana. I'm going to present to you Pathways by LBB. And I have some people for you to meet. So first, I have Rose. She is the CEO of XYZ Corporation, and she's had some recs open for a while in IT and tech sales. The next person I want you to meet is Sarah. So Sarah is running a workforce development program for the local region, and she's most interested in getting her clients into jobs, paying jobs. And lastly, we have Cindy. So Cindy, she lost her job. She was an event and conference salesperson, and then the pandemic hit, and all her work it washed up and she was out of work. So we want to get Cindy and Rose together. And right now they're not getting together. Rose has all these open recs and Cindy doesn't know that she's eligible for these jobs. So I have Pathways. Pathways aims to bridge the gap between Rose and Cindy. Using AI and proprietary assessments, it's going to walk Cindy through what her strengths are and her transferable skills, and introduce her to different industries that she can use those transferable skills in. She'll discover that her sales background is very applicable for Rose's open tech sales positions. And the platform will put the two together, and at the end of the day, Rose's bottom line will improve greatly.
Great timing.
First of all, congratulations on the best use of the stick figures or the sticks you were using. That was great.
Yeah, I had fun.
Is a question for you for your go-to-market with this. Are you going to focus on like a niche, like a specific industry, like so that you can build a base, or are you going more like Indeed and any type of job?
No, I am specifically going after a special niche. I'm like specifically going after job seekers who don't have 4-year degrees. And so that is the niche that I want to focus on. If I had a longer pitch, I would be telling you about the middle skills gap and how that's a big problem, and how Pathways will help to fill that gap as well.
And how to get to the Roses of the world? I assume, is Rose an internal at a company, or is Rose a recruiter that has recs from different companies?
She owns the company. Oh. So how do I get to her? She should be working with the workforce development programs directly. Sorry, I have the wrong people. Workforce development programs. So she should be working directly. They should be partnering together already. And Sarah should be giving her clients and people to fill Rose's open recs.
Devin, did you have?
Sorry, I thought you had some follow on there.
No.
So, a really cool idea. I like it a lot. I know one thing that's come up in other industries is building out platforms that say these are skill sets that we can't find. What other skills lead into this? So like data science, machine learning engineers are very highly paid, and there are a lot of other people who can pick that up very, very easily. So figuring out what transferable skills can transfer into these high value skills. Is that something you'd like to do to an extent with this platform, to say, okay, these people have these skills, where can we sort of work up to for them, or what opportunities exist? Or also, sorry, just go with that for now. I have so many questions.
But yeah, the plan is to build that out in using machine learning to pick up on different data sets of skills that people have, and that we're pulling in through the different assessments, to use those skills as kind of telltale markings or markers of people who could be successful as data analysts rather, and or IT help desk people, tech sales. You don't need a degree for any of those positions. I mean, to get further along in data analysts, yeah, but to start, no.
That definitely makes sense. Thank you. I wish I had time to ask more.
Go ahead if you had something else there. Andrew, I don't know if you had anything else.
Oh, no, I was going to say I thought it was a great presentation. Hey, the only thing I would wonder is, have you, from a funding perspective, do you plan on like going to like a city or a county and seeing if you can tie that in, because it's really a community platform?
Yeah. So for funding, I haven't thought of that. I have thought of it as kind of a revenue stream to sell the data, like the data markers of people who will be successful in certain fields, and certain occupational tracks that that are growing and lucrative, and will also, like, I think what you're getting to is boost the economic development of the region.
This question, maybe I just missed this. I don't know what stage you're at, but is there a name for this entity yet? Is it an entity yet?
It's called Pathways.
Okay.
We're working on the MVP now, and hopefully by May we'll be beta testing it with some different entities around the city.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wasn't sure if that was a starter with the computer or not, but this is actually our last presenter. So I'm going to say thanks to everyone. I have created a couple networking tables. I just try to put people's names who presented by them. So, by quick wrap up, I want to say thanks for Andrew and Devin for joining us. Thanks for Nextcorps for partnering on this event. We will be sharing this recording, so everyone that was attending will have all this feedback. And there were some great conversations going on in the chat as well. So again, I would say if anyone wants any of that information, those connections, just reach out. You'll have the recording, but if there's anything in there specifically you want to learn more about, happy to connect you guys with anyone else that was attending. With that being said, again, thanks, Devin. Thanks, Andrew. Don't want to keep everyone here all night. So we'll close down this main room. If people want to jump into that networking tab, like I said, if you want to reach out to any of the presenters, you just click in there. You should be able to jump in and share your screen. I'll leave that open for the next 5 or 10 minutes, see if anyone sticks around. And then from there, we'll see you guys at the next event. It's going to be a great week for Startup Week, so make sure you attend any of the events if you have a chance to. Talk to you all soon. Thanks, everyone.